Oh man, it finally feels good to be back, sitting at this desk and doing recaps. Football is so back. That those last 2 minutes took 3 years of life off me. Hello, hello. Welcome to the preseason action between the Bears and the Dolphins. All I have to say is this game definitely deserved a tie. Just like the 2018 edition of this game. Not in the preseason, the regular season. The game deserved a tie. And here we are. It's 24-24 all, with the last 2 minutes bringing you some of the worst football you have ever seen. Let's just give the rundown. The 6 minute drill ends with not figuring out how to complete a 4th and 3. Although I could blame that on certain. Nope, that's a different play. I blame the end of one of these drives, the 10 play 80-yard drive. I kind of blame that on a shitty spot. Because, dear Lord, that ball felt like it was not there. But then, Miami goes on a drive. They might need to get somewhere, and they complete a really good fourth down. They immediately get a false start, and then nothing, and then sacked for too far. And then we could have done something. Oh my God, false start, false start. Incomplete pass, incomplete pass, incomplete pass, incomplete pass. Now, that last one, they tagged Toure as the one that was targeted, even though Toure was about 20 yards running the other way. Yeah, that was just after my dude just kept dropping the ball 3 times, that was just all over. It was all over. And then Miami, thinking that they can do the miracle thing, it didn't work. They got close, somewhat. Not enough, though. Not enough. And that's how the game ends in a 24-24 tie. The first tie for the Chicago Bears in a preseason game since 1973. Yeah, even in these times, they're still getting stats from the 70s when we tied the Dolphins 9-9 in preseason week. I'd say 2. I assume because that says August 18th, and that's roughly week 2. Yeah, let's just call it that. And so Ben Johnson still has no result on his preseason adventure, just a mere tie. And now I would like to tell you about the goods and the bads. Let's start with the Dolphins. Ewers isn't it. I'm just going to be honest with you. Whatever the fuck he was trying to do on that, the last pass was a pretty good stat pad, I'll give it to you, but going 5 of 18 for 91 yards, and before that it was something along the lines of 3 for 15, like 4 for 16, 63 yards, 2 sacks, 2 lost fumbles. That is a stat line I do not understand. But that kind of also goes with the Bears, which is why I've kind of put third string in the middle as a down. None of these third string guys are going to last if they continue to play like whatever the fuck they did. Because that was bad. That was quite bad. But let's get to the actual people. The ones that will probably start. So, first drive, no Caleb Williams because we got to keep him safe, I guess. I don't know. Tyson Bagent, he's in and he immediately does nothing. 3 plays, 2 yards. And then the defense. Oh, God, the defense. They start at the 42, the Miami Dolphins. Get illegal formation. And then they try and move down the field. Oh, no, they're actually getting close. Sewell saves a first down by punching the ball out. He's apparently good now. All right. Then they get to 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. They get all the way to the 2. No, and no. A goal line stand. I mean, I saw Nebraska do that a couple times, but I've never seen the Bears do that. So, maybe with some momentum, even if we're starting at the 4-yard line, maybe we do. No. But once again, they get short field position, and this time they finally learn how to score from the 1-yard line, even though it still takes them 6 tries. 6 tries in total to get what was it, 2 yards? 1 yard? Yikes. But then we start our own drive. Yeah, we're starting our own drive, and we're still dealing with Bagent in there. Scrambles, gets a first down. We're going all the way, and some shenanigans happen at the end of it. Couple injuries, couple illegal formations. And we finally score. Even after getting sacked, we still score on a 4th and goal to Alexander. Yay, we did it. Woo! But then they score right. They score right back, even though Zach Wilson is there. And then we get back on there, and Bagent immediately throws an interception to end any hope of scoring. Oh, wait, Zach Wilson. We get the ball back. We just need a Luther Burden to barely get out of bounds with 1 second left. The game clock on the Bears broadcast was off. Thank goodness it was. And Cairo Santos hits a 57-yarder. All right, wait. 57. Oh, yeah, that's his career long. No, not preseason. His entire career, he's never hit something longer than 57. I don't know. Some new shenanigans with legal stuff. Anyway. And then Dolphins. They're finally going to go to the... Nope, Zach Wilson is still in there. He immediately does nothing. Gets sacked again. Yeah, a lot of sacks. The defense finally do something. And then we also then turn the ball over. And that's just where that's when it stops happening. But hey, the defense, they keep forcing the main thing is that the defense took advantage of Miami being bad, and that's pretty much all I was kind of looking for, was them taking advantage of them doing bad. And giving up 24 points it's still bad. That's 4 scoring drives they did something on, but what was the word for it? They stopped Tua from scoring on the one drive. And I think that's pretty much all we need to know. Because if we stop Tua, then that's better than the alternative of allowing him to score. And yeah, Patrick Mahomes scoring in that first drive really, really, really did not help our defense last year. But hey, now it's fine. Well, we'll see here. But yeah, Wheeler definitely doing better than what I thought they would do. He's still somewhat, I feel like he's still somewhat recovering from the injury, but he's doing much better. And he did pretty good running, 7 carries for 20 yards, 1 catch for 14 yards. Not bad stats for a guy that's coming off a pretty serious injury. And Monaghy, I don't really know what to do about that. I don't, think about him, because he's pretty good at running, but I think he's still a 7th-round rookie, so we'll just see how it goes. But then there's Hankins, and while he did better in like the later stages of the games, but when it was the early stages, there's a reason why I put a rock next to him, because he looked like a boulder trying to move. I just say there's a reason why we had 0 rushing touchdowns and had to rely on the passing team to actually score touchdowns. I know, shocking. Apparently, we did actually have the guy that was second on the roster kick extra points, Jonathan Kim. I don't know why, but I guess maybe he can be trade fodder for someone, or if Carlos Santos gets injured, he can play. But I doubt it. I hope he doesn't get injured. And Booker. Let's get back to Booker. He is what would you call it? God amongst men. I may have dissed him last year. I may have said that he was way too much of a project for us. But he is so back, baby. This is what we've been waiting for from the Kansas product. 3 sacks. Jesus. And then there's Hippolyte. Yeah, he had tackles. He definitely shows the fact that he had a crap ton of tackles for the Maryland defense. And yeah, he was certainly all there. Sewell, forcing that fumble to stop the first down, like, it doesn't seem like that much, but it really does mean a lot when, even if the ball is going to go out of bounds, you still get at it to save some yards, because where the ball is at is out, then that's where it is, not where the runner was. So we saved a couple of yards there. Besides the couple of pretty long plays, the corners did pretty well at protecting, and the defensive line was just ravaging Zach Wilson and Ewers. I think that's a net 171. I think net 171 passing yards compared to our net 195. And I forgot. I've already forgotten math. It's fine. Sorry, guys. No, that's stupid. That's net 205. This is why I need to go take math courses again. Yeah. What else? What else do I have? Storm Duck. Apparently, he's better than what they thought he would do, and maybe he's an actual corner for the Dolphins, which I really want him to become a good corner, because Storm Duck is an elite name that we need everyone to see for the rest of time. So if he just becomes a good corner, that would be nice. I'm sure a lot of commentators are wanting to make Duck jokes, and go right ahead. I love that shit. 66% completion is nice. And also now for the quarterback jostling. We know that the backup spot is a fight between Tyson Bagent and Case Keenum, and while both of them will probably be retained on the roster as of now, poor Austin Reed, I'm thinking that Case Keenum might actually be better. I know, shocking, the guy that start games is better than the third-year guy, but Case Keenum looked a lot better, and I think as of now, I trust Keenum as the backup more than I do with Bagent, which I guess is probably not that shocking of a statement, but it's really something. Also, you may be wondering, I'm sure that Roshan Johnson should have been in this game. After all, he is not DeAndre Swift, the starter. Well, you probably weren't paying attention because he got injured again. Well, not again, but he certainly was not there at all because he got injured for the trillionth, well, not trillionth, but he just got injured again. So he's not, they haven't really said anything other than Jamal Williams visiting us, which, yes, please. Please, for the love of God, give me. I want him. Not really for any ability, but just to piss off Lions fans. That's really all I want. You know all that and just come back to the division? You serious? Yes, we are serious. Anyhow, so now we wait another week. It's another Sunday in which we play more football. This time it'll be a Sunday night game on Fox. I guess it'll be easier watching, but as of now, the coaching tenure of Ben Johnson will have to wait for an actual result. Because a tie really just means nothing. Nothing at all. And I do like that he did go aggressive during the preseason. If there's any time to go aggressive, it is the preseason. Because that's when shit really does not matter. In the situations they went for, like obviously 4th and 15 with a tie game, you wouldn't actually go for. But when you're trying to give guys tape, yes. Going for it on 4th and somewhat short situations in territory in which we never have gone for it, yes. Just need to just next week, hopefully there will be an actual full roster of players. And if my brain remembers, let's go to preseason week 2. Yes, that will be the debut of Fox. And I will spend half the video next week. If that fucking scoreboard is there, half of the video will probably be ranting on that. Okay? If I see that Super Bowl scoreboard next week, if I see that, I'm going to lose it. Because that scoreboard is dog shit. We all called it dog shit. And hopefully they either changed it so it actually looks visually appealing or reverted it. Because I do not want to see that ever again. It's an abomination. It's way more of an abomination than any of these third stringers. Because at least they have a personality. Anyway, that's going to be it for the preseason. Hopefully this is a better warm-up than previous years. And, yeah, I was thinking of streaming it. But if Caleb Williams isn't out there, I don't think there really is a point of streaming. Do I stream it next week if he starts? I guess. I mean, I don't really have much going on, so it's on the weekend anyways. Stupid late night. And then next week is Friday at the Chiefs. I would go to the Chiefs one, but I don't think that is compatible with my schedules. So, yeah, no. Wait, I'm trying to think. That's the 22nd, and that is the 28th. Okay. Sorry, just making some mental notes for myself. But yeah, sorry for the Dolphins logo. Hopefully that Fox thing is not there next week. And I'll see you guys Sunday.